Welcome back, guys. Once again, I'm going to be showing you how to trade with a lower budget from 0 to 200k. So if you're new around here and you don't have a lot of coins, you are in the right place. So make sure to drop a like down below if you enjoy it. And of course, subscribe if you do want to be in for the chance of winning one of 6 copies of EAFC. So there's a chance that we might even be giving away more than that. It depends on other things we give away during that time or additions we add to the giveaway. But at 15k, we have 6 copies to give away. All you got to do is subscribe and send me proof over on Instagram. So make sure to go get that done. And as usual, if you need coins in a quicker way, well. So if you guys are sick of losing in FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description and let's get into it. So of course, a simple one that you've always got to do is of course do your preview pack. Now because I've got duplicates, you're not going to be able to do that right now, and that's another thing you need to do. If you're thinking about making more coins in foot, you don't want to waste duplicates, because whether it's putting it into an SBC where you might get something tradable or not, it's always worth keeping them. For me, for example, right now, I can take this cruise, put it into one of the upgrade SBCs for a team of the season. So these ones over, if we go to there's somewhere along here, team of the season or team of the season moments. So this pack is tradable, it's repeatable, and all you need to do for it is an 84 and 85 team. So if I pop a cruise in there or even in there, I can really lower how much I'm having to spend. And of course, with a tradable return, the minimum you get back from that is about 20k, but you've got upwards of potentially millions of coins if you get the best players. Now, of course, if you go over to the team of the week tradable, you've once again got an SBC that's guaranteed profit. So the team is basically 10k. If you have a look here, you need an 82 squad with one 84 rated player. So all you really need is an 84 and a load of 81s, and that's a really good way to base build coins. So if you have just a load of players in your club, no coins at all, you can do this. That's 20k guaranteed. You go and do the TOTS one, you've then got yourself probably about 40 to 50k as a minimum. So, you know, best case scenario, you could get a few 100k, maybe even a few million, but the worst case is you're going to have 50k to start working on the trading. Now, if you don't have the players to do that, of course, there are other options. What I'd always suggest, the easiest one, you can really see they're not trying to give us filters with these. Of course, 30 is standard. There's pretty much none. You can probably soon get Marco Reus in one, but at the moment it's kind of not really doable. The minimums and the maximums are also set in a way which you can't really sort of work around them and get a filter. But we do have Kessie and Heung-min Song, where you could obviously do them, but Song was an SBC. Price wise they would fit, but in terms of what we actually have, you've got Shaqiri, Insigne, Fernandez, and St. Juice, that was another SBC. So you've got 3 of them we can get for under 100k. So all of these would be done on a 0 to 200. So if we go to 100k, you're looking at Footies Premium, so not even Footies, and of course Footies Heroes, that's not even a conversation worth having right now. We've got Insigne there, and we've got Gedson and Fernandez there. So looking at the other player, we should be finding Shaqiri, but I want to say that was an SPC, so it is actually just going to be the 2 of these. But it looks like there isn't many of them right now, so you got that one there at 90. What are they actually selling for? That's something you always want to work out. When there's one on the market, in this scenario, it could be that they're not going to sell at all. So 100 actually does seem like a fair mark for them. So 100k here, you've only got the 2. That 90 probably was a good steal there. We realistically, unfortunately, didn't know. But I would say we're probably looking to snipe at 95 and then list at 110. You're looking at a profit of around 5-6k there. You can obviously get more or you can sell it for more, but that's kind of just your baseline worst case scenario. And I know we're starting off with a more expensive filter, but this is the only kind of new one we've really got at the minute, so it's worth having a look. Now, of course, we know that obviously because the team of the week SBC is fully profitable right now, informs are up. That's just why they're profitable. So informs are very expensive. You can do a lot of inform filters. For example, I'll just run through a few. I'm not going to search on them, but there's a few that we had a look at this year which still work. So you've got Arsenal, you've got Newcastle. I believe Man City is now one that's probably a bit more reasonable. You've got De Bruyne there, not really as pricey as he used to be. Yeah, so these guys are a little bit more realistic. I mean, if you go area of the pitch, you can do midfielder. You've got Rodri and De Bruyne. You've got defender. You can have Cancelo and Akanji. You can have attacker. You'll have Foden. I can imagine Haaland, and then you've also got Mahrez. That Haaland card isn't really that expensive. You'll also have Grealish there. So you've got a few options with City. With Newcastle United, that was quite a big one this year. Manchester United, I don't think is as... You can kind of, yeah, I'd say it's probably not that bad. I mean, midfielder with that one's probably the way to go. And then you're having a look quite a lot of the players. But they are, I mean, as a whole, it's not a bad filter. You can do, you know, break it down with English, things like that. But the Rashford and the Shaw cards aren't really that different in pricing. The other big one, if you're in the Prem, would just be Brazil. So if you have a look at there, there's a few Arsenals, there's a few United, you've got Douglas Luiz here. You've just got a ton of players under those demographics. So we've got Team of the Week, Brazil, and Premier League. So ton of players that are coming up there. just looking at the other options you have in the Prem, there isn't a lot just team by team. I think Brighton might have been one that did well for special cards, but you can see, you know, you've got the four cards here. That's quite nice. That's a good little filter as well, but obviously that's just breaking down the gold team of the week. You know, it's not much in terms of different filters. For fantasy heroes, we've been through that a lot. It's not really something you can make a lot out of right now, unfortunately. Similarly to Centurions, I mean, Centurions, I would just snipe the absolute bottom end of these. The only thing is, as you can see, they are, I mean, actually they're not even snipeable at the bottom end anymore. I think potentially Future Stars might be. That's probably a better one to go for. I would have expected the Centurions, but I suppose because there's so many in packs right now, they're ruining the price. You're looking at, from the looks of things, potential steals on these ones. So 14,500 seems to be the mark they should really be going for. 14, yeah, about that. So 14k, 15k really. So EA tax is going to bring us down. I mean, if we can get one for, oh, actually, so these might be selling. Let's have a look. So if we can get one for 13,500, 13,250 or 13, that's where I would be happy, because I think you guarantee profit at that point very easily. If we have a look at the other card, it is obviously difficult to kind of depict them card by card and league by league. Liga Santander is probably not a bad one with ones to watch, though. We've got Tuchemeni, you've got Rudiger, and then you've also got Lewandowski. So that's a nice one. I would say potentially, I mean, realistically, there's no point sort of narrowing it down just to Real Madrid, but the reality is it's going to be a Tuchemeni and a Rudiger filter, so you're just going to have those two coming up. I mean, realistically, price wise, that's good. You've got a lot of sort of difference in the price here, so we should have a good chance to get some good snipes there. And he's still coming out in packs, I believe. I want to say that's the case, but I'm not 100% sure. Of course, you had the our position was a very weird promo. It's not, I don't really know how to feel about it as a promo, but if you go Prem and then you go for forward, you've got Salah, Reece James, you've got Fred, you've got a ton of players on this one. So this one's quite an easy one. Obviously, Salah being the most expensive there. Of course, if we go over, I want to say League One had a big load of players there. We had Fofana and Toure. You also had, I mean, these guys are literally, are they worse than, yeah, that's not a filter. That one there is not a filterable one, but yeah, they're lower than mid price. Premium level up, I don't think you could buy them. You just had to pack them. You had to do the objective for them. I spent a lot of time on the Nunez objective, and although I don't play the game much, I really do rate that I did that, because it was a very good card. On this front, you can go Premier League. I think that's not a bad shout. You've got Fernandes. You've obviously got an unrealistic De Bruyne there. You should also have a Nunez. So, oh, there you go. You've got a few others there. I'd say forward is probably the one for that one, because you've got Nunez there. You've got Martinelli there. Martinelli, realistically, I think you can probably get for about 200. I don't think he's going for that much. How Nunez, I suppose, yeah, it's the unupgradable one. Yeah, you know, I guess it's fair, but at the same time, he's bloody incredible. If you look up at the level up cards in general, you can kind of pick out filters. Of course, on the lower end, you can just snipe the bottom ones of them, but Bundesliga definitely isn't a bad one. So the Bundesliga cards, you've got the Liga Santander, doable as well. League One is probably the easiest one, just because there was a ton of cards from that. And of course, the other thing you can do if you want more filters is subscribe and drop a like down below, and you will get more tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you then.